This is the Criterion Creeps podcast, and tonight we're talking about Green for Danger from 1946, directed by Sidney Gilliat. RJ, the tagline for this film: Murder, weapon or clue?
Um, are those things different?
Uh, Depending on who wields them.
Like in the metaphorical sense, I mean, are those things different or
I mean, both?
Jarrett, what are we doing here? What are
In
you
the
talking about?
midst, in the midst of Nazi air raids, a postman dies on the operating table at a rural hospital. But was the death accidental? That's
Uh,
that's it.
I mean, that's a fair description. Kind of sets things up, doesn't give too much away.
No,
It's not like those other movies where they go, this guy shits his pants, and then you watch it and you go, wow, that guy did shit his pants.
you were right, like 15 minutes before the end credits.
Yeah, and you go, man, I wish they didn't give that away, but what do you do?
What do you do?
What do you do? So that's too bad, I guess. But I mean, I think that's a fine description. It's a little of this, it's a little of that. Is it
What have
Duncan-esque?
you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Duncan-esque.
Yeah, that's a new
Uh,
brand of thing I'm doing.
so this movie opens up with a voiceover narration by
hmm
um, what's the inspector's name? RJ.
I think it's Cluso.
It begins with a C.
It's Cluso.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Pink Panther, Jared?
Doc. Sorry, Inspector Cockrill,
Oh, not Cluso?
not Clouseau.
Oh.
This guy's got a different style than Clouseau.
Oh.
He's not even a Perot. He's a real Cockrill, all right. There's
So
a
I got that
series.
wrong?
This is based on a series of books starring the same guy. You know about this?
I don't. Could you explain it?
No, that's all you need to know.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
There's nothing else to it than that.
Nope. You know
Okay.
about. Anyways, yes, by somebody named Christiana Brand, everyone's favorite.
What even does that mean?
Well, let's talk about
Christiana
some.
brand.
Let's talk about some pre-production on this movie. That's very
Ooh.
exciting.
Mm-hmm.
It was based on a novel by her. She was married to a
Sure.
surgeon who was assigned to a military hospital, says
Okay.
Wikipedia. Uh, Mr. Pedia also adds she went along to watch an operation, and the anesthetist told her how to commit a murder. She
Whoa,
thought
whoa,
of
whoa.
yeah, yeah.
Is it okay? Wait. Yeah. Finish.
She
I'm
thought of
just.
she thought of turning this into a thriller, but could not think of a motive until a drunk man told her of an experience in a bomb shelter.
What do
She
they mean?
she wrote the book, which was published in 1941. Wait, the New York Times called it, and I quote, "extremely involved," unquote.
Involved in what?
Extremely involved.
Involved in what?
I don't know.
I don't
It
understand.
is. It's just extremely involved. Listen to the New York Times.
The more like the New York wines. Gobi.
So the director bought a copy of it
Mm.
at a train station to read on a train.
Okay.
These are big facts.
Okay.
He said he was not attracted by the detective or the hospital setting, but quote, what appealed to me was the anesthetics, the rhythmic ritual, from wheeling the patient out to putting him out and keeping him out, in this case permanently, with all those cross-cutting opportunities offered by flow meters, hissing gas, cylinders, palpitating rubber bags, and all the other trappings in the middle of the Blitz, too. You know about the Blitz, RJ?
Hissing gas or pissing gas?
You decide.
Okay. Blips? Are you talking about blimps?
The Blitz?
Oh, the Blitzkrieg.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yep. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Talking about Blitzkrieg.
Hmm. Well, that's how this movie opens up, with the Blitz happening. It's going down. WW2 style.
Really?
No. I was just going to say, so Alistair Sims, who's
Yeah.
the inspector in this, he's narrating the whole tale. So he's going to be all right by the end. But man, you hear his voice, and all I hear is Scrooge. That's it.
McDuck? Or a different Scrooge?
A Christmas Carol, 1951, where he's Scrooge.
I don't know if I've ever seen his.
That's bullshit. There's no way. There's
I
no
mean,
way.
I know that all Scrooges are based
on
on
TV.
him.
It's all there's like it's on TV every year forever. You never watched that old man stuff?
Probably not.
Pretty
I'm not
good.
what you would call a mega dork.
It goes Cratchit.
No, that sounds like dork stuff.
Ghost. Or
I'm,
sorry,
not, I'm
spirit. Whose grave is this?
I'm not a mega
You
dork.
should be what you should be doing this week, RJ. You should be watching some Christmas Carol films. They're good. Just
Okay, well,
not the one with Jim Carrey. Don't do that. Don't.
I thought that was your favorite one. I thought you said
No,
you loved the CGI
no,
in that film.
No. The candle.
Okay, let's see. Alistair Sim,
Yeah.
Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Oh, I have it as watched, so I must have watched it.
See,
Oh, I rated it even. When did I
Oh.
watch it? I watched it in 2017.
there you go. You fuck.
Yeah, and I tagged it as Crustmas
Yeah, see, it is
because he's
Christmas.
crusty,
Like
that
this
old
film.
bastard. Yeah,
Like
well,
the film making.
some have said.
Hey,
Some have
so
said.
so this is two movies about anesthetists.
Anesthesiologists? Anesthesiologists?
Anesthesiologists. This is two in like 2 months.
What was the other anesthesiologist film we watched?
Corridor of Blood.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it
But
was.
the origins of it.
Yeah, it was. You know,
So, that's
you know
weird.
that anesthesiologists make an incredible pay, but they also have a really high, like there's a really weird insurance thing with anesthesiologists because they very frequently kill people. Actually, like not frequently, but like they have there's a high chance that they could be the person that kills someone and not the doctor because like people with anesthesia, it's always like kind of iffy.
I remember the first time I ever got put under, I had to get blood work done.
You got put under for blood work?
No, I got to get put under, I had to go get blood work done when I went to get wisdom teeth removed from my face.
Oh, I got put under for wisdom teeth too, but like not all. You're not like fully unconscious. You're like semi-conscious and only kind of half horny.
What?
What?
Yeah, I was just gonna say
What?
I had 4 teeth taken out on that trip.
I only had 3.
Yeah, I'm a real throwback.
You know what wisdom teeth are, Jarrett?
Teeth.
They're called a vestigial feature.
Oh my goodness. Here we go.
It's called a vestigial feature, Jarrett.
Yeah.
I'll let you do the heavy work there on that one.
Okay.
Vestigial feature.
What do you know about hairy necks?
What do you think I know about hairy necks?
Oh, man. So
do you know I'm Hungarian?
I'm getting ahead of myself here. So anyway, so this movie opens up. There's a mailman. He's riding along. He heads off to a little bomb shelter to deliver some mail, and they get fucking rocked with a bomb. Messed up real bad. They get brought to the little hospital. There's like this tension between doctor and nurse that who cares about, and way too much of this movie.
Are you talking about the sexual tension?
Yeah, who cares about this shit?
Okay.
So that's one of the problems I had with this movie, but there's a lot of that, and so yeah, this injured man shows up, and they're like, "Oh, well, I guess we better fix him up," and things go awry, and he's dead. But so you know what? As you just said, these guys have a license to kill and thrill.
I said that?
Yep, that's a quote.
Okay.
And so they can get away with it, but this was one too many dead people under his watch.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just saying. I know they have like a
Dr. Barnes.
Barnes loaf.
Yeah. Bucky
No,
Barnes?
I just know anesthesiologists. I think they have to be insured really high because there's like a really high chance that people can die when they get put under. And the next time you go for a medical operation, I encourage you to bring me along with you, with power of attorney, so that I
Okay.
can make sure things go smoothly.
Mm-hmm. Make sure you make the right swap of the tanks there.
Well, I do have power of attorney with you, right?
Mm,
I have your power of attorney, right?
no, I'm saying that for the record right now. No, he doesn't, Doctor.
No, that's
You
not
have to
Jarrett's voice.
you have to stop him.
That's not Jarrett's
No,
voice. That's
that's Craig
Craigbot.
Bot.
That's Craigbot. He is taking over.
Oh,
Somebody send help. Craigbot is taking over.
yeah. Okay.
Send help, please.
So, what's this movie about, RJ?
I don't know.
There's going to be an investigation,
Yeah.
and there's like a love triangle, kinda.
It's like a love square. It seems like
Yeah,
there's a bunch of people hot and horny for each other in this movie.
but like no one should be hot and horny for anybody on the screen, except
Well,
for
there's that
Alistair
one
Sims.
guy.
Yeah, Alistair Sims.
Yeah.
Quite the haircut.
Well, he's pretty horny
Yeah,
on
they
the
all
best
are,
day.
allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, there's a party. There's
Yep.
like it's not like a New Year's party, but for some reason I was thinking about this like 1940s dance scene, and it kind of reminded me of Phantom Menace. It's not Phantom Menace, Phantom Thread.
I was
That
gonna say,
scene?
could you explain how that reminded you of Phantom Menace?
Phantom Menace. Well, you know about tariffs?
I don't. I don't
I
know about
I
tariffs. Could you explain?
I typed Phantom Thread, but it came
Phantom
out all wrong.
Thread. Interesting.
Do
Interesting.
it.
Yeah, I like
Senator
that.
Palpatine. So,
Yeah.
anyways, because my mind started wandering about how when I saw that scene in Phantom Thread, as opposed to Menace, I was like, this is like reference to some P.T. Anderson movie that he watched. He's like, he'll talk about it like in a GQ interview, and then suddenly all these assholes in Letterboxd will be talking about the powerfulness of that scene in the movie that they've never watched. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I believe I know what you're talking about.
Real suits out there. But that's skipping over hairy necks. So there's this other doctor. I guess he's like the guy who runs the hospital. The Dr. White. This Ronald Adam guy. Holy shit. Uh, this man had one hairy neck.
Could you describe for the people at home what you mean by that?
It's like when you go to the barber,
Mhm.
they clean you up back there.
Sure.
Because you're not supposed to have like hair connecting your hair on your head to your back.
Sure.
Well, this guy didn't get that memo. He doesn't give a fuck.
No?
It's like a wolf man.
What do you think he does with that hair in the
Because I was like
back?
wondering, like, is this the style of the time? And then I'm looking at this other doctor. I'm like, no, he doesn't have any hair on his back.
Which was the style at the time.
Yeah, this other guy though, he's like a George the Animal Steel.
He was kind of hairy. I don't think George the Animal Steel was as hairy as people think. I think he just had like a. I think he was just like a soft guy. He was like kind of tender, and I think people made it think he was hairier than he was.
Here. Well, I'm gonna send this to you. You tell me. You
Just a
tell me.
picture of George the Animal Steel, or is this a picture of a huge hairy man? Who's to say?
This photo, maybe I sent it to you.
Okay, wait. I see it's on my phone here. Open it up. And let's have a look here at I mean, yeah, that's pretty hairy.
Yeah, it's like the
His
rest of
haircut in general is kind of strange.
yeah. Well, I mean,
It's very sharp.
you have to work with what you have. I mean, he's a balding man, so and he wants to leave it all intact. This is before shaving your
Yeah.
head was in vogue.
Do you think you would ever shave your head?
Nah, I don't need to. I've got a beautiful head of hair.
I mean, you do have pretty thick, luscious hair, but like, not even that you would need to. Do you think you might just wake up one day?
Nice loaf.
A what?
A loaf. It's a nice loaf of hair.
Okay, but you don't think you'll ever wake up one day and just be like looking in the mirror and just kind of cutting all your hair out
Well, I'll do it while I put on clown makeup.
while you listen to Alanis Morissette? Just I'm not gonna do a
I'll,
song. You guys know what I
I'll
mean.
I'll listen to some T-Rex.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good too. Okay, so this guy's got a hairy neck, and you're
He's
into
got a
that.
hairy neck and he wants to investigate. And he says, "Hey, you should be suspended while this is going on since you've now got two bodies. Your body counts two."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, sucks to your ass, Mar." And then he goes to a party and he does some dancing and there's some emotions flaring. There's some jealousies with ladies and who you can
There's
dance with, and
what?
you just can't win. But soon enough, there is a nun there who
Yeah.
is like, I know that this guy was killed, and only I know how he was killed, and it's somebody here. What's the worst that could happen by revealing this information? Well, what's the
You
worst
tell
that could
me.
happen? You can get
I don't know.
you can get killed by what it looks to me like a man in a surgical gown. I took a
I thought that was a
screenshot.
good effect.
You know,
Yeah, send me that screenshot. I thought that was a really good effect, actually.
that guy.
Well, because I think that guy gets stabbed for real. Like, I know they swapped out the lady
That-
actress for a man,
Oh, yeah.
but that dude he's genuinely being killed,
Oh,
which I kind of thought was a nice touch, to be honest. I was like, good for you guys. Good for
good for
you.
you. So, anyways, now we got like people just being stabbed to death, like nuns being stabbed to death in the hospital. So, from Scotland Yard comes Inspector Cockrell, Alistair Sim himself,
Mm.
and he's really afraid of getting bombs dropped on him, like a real coward. He's a little jumpy about it, but he only thinks about when he's outside. Once you're inside, you're safe, right?
I like how you're like, this guy's a real bitch, scared of a bomb. Fucking loser.
Well, I know it's just that they completely forget about it, like at
Until the
times.
very end of the film.
Well,
And then
it's
it
a
comes
book.
back for a second.
It's a bookend. It's a bookend.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, he shows up, and this guy's like real, like detective story material, where he's just like, "It's one of you five who did it in this room. I don't believe in formality. I'm such a
Mm-hmm.
cod." And but he shows up about 40 minutes into the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, they actually do a kind of clever job of telling you exactly who it is in that scene, with sort of like a clever work of the camera where a character is seeing something that they couldn't have possibly seen from that angle if they hadn't been in the room. And I like that in hindsight,
Mm.
but that'll be where the praise ends, RJ.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. So
Oh
anyway,
wow.
this is a procedural,
Okay.
with a bunch of characters that no one likes.
Okay.
No one sane would be like into this other than maybe the British people.
Oh, the British. Do you think
But
it's because they like a gray stuff?
I think they might.
Yeah.
You remember Canterbury Tales, RJ?
I do remember. Do you remember the Glue Man?
I remember the Glue Man. This movie. You know what this movie needed? It needed a glue man.
I mean, a lot of movies I think need a Glue Man. Glue Mans are cool. I like Glue Man.
The Glue Man crew.
Glue Man Crew would be a wicked band name.
No.
Yeah, I like the Glue Man. I think Glue Man is wicked.
So, anyways, investigations occur.
Sure.
He's examining the people,
Sure.
getting to the brass tacks of the matter.
Yeah.
And then there's another like sort of attempted killing. There's a fire where
Mm-hmm.
one of the suspects almost dies and is saved by a one of the other suspects. So obviously it would rule them out, would it not?
Um, have you ever played Clue?
I have, I think.
You
Um,
have?
or maybe it's Guess Who I've played. I don't think you know
Actually,
what? I've never played Clue ever,
really?
ever, ever.
I mean, it's not
I've never
surprising
even
because you're kind of
I've never even
like
watched the movie. And
the
what?
movie's great. I was gonna say you're kind of a soulless kind of being that doesn't do fun stuff like play Clue.
I'm a
Um,
homunculus.
yeah, yeah. People, do you want to know what a homunculus is, Jarrett? Do you know about vestigial features?
Wallace Shawn.
Do you want to know about a homunculus, Jarrett?
As Wallace Shawn is described by Woody Allen in Manhattan.
Homunculus.
Homunculus.
I mean, there's that. There's that. I mean, I'm not super surprised you haven't played Clue. I mean, it's weird, but whatever. You know what is a better game than Clue? Have you ever heard of 13 Dead End Drive?
Yeah.
That game was cool, man. They had cool commercials for that game.
I remember the commercials. I never played it though. I didn't know anyone who had that.
I think I had a friend who had it. But I just remember when the commercials came out, it was like, this isn't your dad's Clue. It was like, this is Clue in denim cutoffs, and you're like, holy shit,
man! Or like, our titties gonna get slashed?
Anything can happen in 13 Dead End Drive, dude. Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
That sounds pretty 90s gnarly.
Oh, it was gnarly, dude. 13 Dead End Drive was pretty cool stuff. It's like, Mousetrap?
Yeah.
Not unlike Mousetrap. That's what I would say.
Remember when they made Mousetrap edgier?
Yeah, where it was just like mouse gap, and it was like dudes like gapping each other. That was gross.
What?
I don't know. I'm just making stuff up.
Gapping.
I don't know. It's kind of like gleeking.
Yeah.
Do you know about gleeking, Jarrett?
I've heard about it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, I don't know. The mystery continues. Where we find out, like, so Cockerell's going to make them. Oh, because this woman, this poor woman who was died in a fire, she has a depressed skull fracture. And
Yeah.
They're going to have to fix her skull. And they're like, so Gargoyle's like, well, I'm going to make you all reenact the scene of what happened before until we catch the mistake. Yes.
Let's put this healthy woman under anesthesia for real, just to see if someone's going to kill her.
She's got a fracture in her skull. We're going to do a little.
Well, no, she doesn't.
Well, that's the twist. That's the twist.
Well, I mean, but it's laid out, like, because he tells all the people, he's like, you're going to do this. And then he goes and he says, well, my dear, they bought it. You have to pretend that you're crippled tomorrow.
Yeah. So you can find out. So you might die.
You might die.
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
That's how it came. That's how it played out to me. And I went, huh?
No.
Huh?
It's so stupid. It's such a fucking convoluted, stupid
Oh, wow.
idea.
Oh, wow.
Am I wrong? Anyways,
I don't want to say anything.
So they do it, and they find out, one of the oxygen tanks says carbon dioxide instead of oxygen.
Well, Jared, do you know what the carbon dioxide tanks are, like, typically?
What?
They're green.
Oh. I see. And they're danger. This movie's black and white.
Well, Jared, carbon dioxide...
RJ, I'm colorblind. I'd be dead. I'd kill everybody in the hospital.
You would be dead. Do you know carbon dioxide's more dangerous than lack of oxygen? Because carbon dioxide is a poison. Do you know about vestigial features? Do you know about that? Too much carbon dioxide is way worse than too little oxygen. Let me tell you right now.
Vestigial tails.
No, wow. Tailbones are vestigial features.
Tailbones.
Used to be a dill there.
Yeah. And then what happened?
It became vestigial.
Why?
I lost the need for it, my man.
Was it God?
Well, he probably had a hand. He had a hand in everything.
He went there with some scissors.
Don't get it twisted, baby. Don't get it twisted. He had his hand in all of these sorts of things.
Okay.
Yeah, which is good because who else is going to do it?
Is this like the watchmaker on the beach?
What do you think he was trying to do?
Yeah. Have you ever looked at the human eyeball? So who's the murderer, RJ?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the murderer?
I can't spoil that.
Spoilers. It doesn't matter.
It's one of the people in the rooms. And then you find out the motivation. They say, well, kind of did it for this reason. And you go, oh, yeah. Okay.
So
and then...
Because you know what? As it turns out, it's about revenge.
It's about revenge. And then there's kind of an ending that you go, And then one of the other characters goes, well, this didn't really need to happen because of you, and points to the audience. kind of, but points to Alistair Sim.
And he goes, what?
What? And then
he's like,
Alistair's
well, I what is it? I'm going to pretend like I'm going to resign, and you're
he,
going to reject, and you're not going to
no, he
accept
says,
it.
consider this a letter of resignation that I hope you do not accept.
Because I'm back, baby. I'm already back. I don't care.
He said, so what? Somebody fucking died. He said, who gives a shit?
One more in the pile.
Yeah, he said, drop in the bucket when you're working with these kinds of pipes.
That's right. What a showboat he is.
See, that's
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. So this movie, boy.
Sounds like you liked it.
Oh, I didn't. I tried watching this. I watched this 1.5 times. Like I watched.
What do you
I
mean
tried
one
watching-
and a half times?
I tried watching it again because I was like, surely there's something more for this. And no.
Why does this movie have like heavy praise or something? Why would you give it 2 shots?
I don't know. Just give it a shot because I was like, I half remembered it the first time, and like, it was like 12 hours later. I'm like, I don't remember anything about this movie, and I was watching again. I was like, I'm gonna take some notes this time, right? And it's just like, oh, glazes right over me,
Oh, that's too bad.
and not like a donut, which are delicious.
Not like a donut?
Not like a donut,
Shit.
a crusty old donut,
Crispy piece of shit.
crispy piece of shit. So, anyways, yeah, I don't have much to say about this.
Sounds like you have a lot to say. You're just not quite ready to say
I'm
it.
good. I'm good. RJ, what did you think of green for danger?
Brown for shit.
Yellow for piss.
I'm actually kind of kidding, but I'm gonna go update my review right now because that's kind of funny. I thought this movie was fine.
Okay.
I think you're more negative on it than I am. I thought it was just fine, but I am definitely gonna go edit entry brown, comma for shit. Fuck, that's good.
There's no comma.
I'm putting a comma in there.
I just assume that this is part of a series of books like blue for risk,
And cyan for pickle.
yellow for urgency.
Ooh, I like that. Yellow for urgency is good. I think red's got to be for urgency. Yellow's got yellow for caution. Yellow for caution.
Brown for explosive.
Oh, some people can't handle their brown.
I'm
So okay.
saying.
I see some of the charm in this movie. Like I don't love this thing. But I don't hate it. I think I'm like a step over where you are, where it's like, I can kind of see why people like this thing. It's witty. There's some good banter. There's some dry goblin mode type stuff in there. Real English stuff. You know the English people, Jarrett?
Talking about their crisps.
Talking about their crisps and teas and what? And stuff like that. So I didn't mind that. I liked some of that, and I was interested in some of the murder stuff. Once we get into the big thematic kind of reenactments, that's where it honestly lost me, because I was like, you seem like a bad detective, dude. Which, I mean, is kind of the ending of this movie. It's like, oh, he is a bad detective. But it's what I said already. It's like, well, we're just gonna put you out under anesthesia for real when someone has just died that we know because someone else did it. But there's some stuff that I thought was really funny. Like when sometimes people would be talking, like someone would be talking and then another person would be like, shut up. And like the scene would kind of keep going. And I actually thought that was super funny. Like people were kind of like very blunt with each other, or like a girl would be talking. And this actually happened like 3 separate times. One of the nurses was talking and a guy would be like, sounds like you need a cup of cocoa and need to go to bed. And the lady's like, no, I don't need that. And he's like, well, I don't know. So every time a woman is kind of like, I have a feeling something's going on here, a guy's response is always like, I think you probably need some cocoa. Probably need to go hit the hay. Give that old noggin a rest. Sounds like you're getting hysterical in here. I thought that was kind of funny too, but for different reasons, because of, classical sexism and things like that. But I did like some of the dialogue, how they kind of talk to each other. I thought was pretty funny. Uh, I thought the love triangle stuff was fine. I don't know, it was fine. I did watch this with Andy, and I'm not gonna lie, I did fall asleep for about 10 minutes.
Okay. You had a little
Yeah,
nappy poop?
somewhere in the middle. I can't tell you exactly where it happened, but somewhere in the middle, like we were on the couch, and I was kind of like, I had a head on a pillow like beside her, and I kind of just like for like 10 minutes, and I was like, huh? And she's like, were you asleep? And I was like, I don't know, maybe. I was like, how far in the movie? I think I missed probably 10 minutes of this. I don't think I missed anything though. Maybe that's why I'm a little bit more like soft on this movie, is because I fell asleep for 15. You know what I mean? So to me, this was like a 70-minute movie, and I was like, oh, all right, whatever.
Not bad, not bad.
Not too bad, not too bad. No, I think it's okay. I'm not real hard for it. You know what I mean? Like
Not
horny stuff.
hard. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's okay. I can see why old English people probably really like it. You know about goblin meat?
Oh yeah. This is a goblin meal, right?
Is it goblin meat? So I think it's fine. It's not a big love for me, but I think it's definitely better than some of the Robesons. I'll say that. And it was in English, which was kind of nice, which is a rare treat for us sometimes.
That's true. You can look away from the screen.
Yes.
Have,
So the
have,
movie is much more watchable
have
under
some
those.
have some sleeps. Hey RJ, want to hear about people who hate this
Sure.
movie?
Sure. Other than you, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
I don't
fine.
care. Look how cool this poster is. Look how
He
cool
looks like
Sim
he's got a
looks.
huge
Stan-
boner.
That is not how
No.
he looks at all. And then there's like his secondary portrait of him in the background.
The
He looks all
confidence
lumpy.
he's putting out in this picture does not match his personality. Yeah.
No.
Plus, look at his raging
so
heart
bizarre.
on. Yeah.
Eye death.
Mhm.
1.5 stars. Off the charts, drawl and bone dry,
Okay.
dotted with a sporadic standout scene, such as the party sequence or any scene in the operating room. You have to love the hovering thread of an oncoming air raid by the buzzsaw-like whir, or the visuals of the characters introduced by just their eyes under their masks and cap, and the fact that the culprits disguised by their identical OR scrubs. One could only think this was the impetus for the entire plot. It's interesting that in a film made and set during wartime, the home front is depicted across the board as faulty or treacherous. The hospital workers are all accused of murder. The postal workers' ineptitude serves as the motive for said murder. And Alistair Sim, as the Scotland Yard inspector, is instigating and malicious. Could this be that British self-deprecating wit we've heard so much about? Or was the UK's wartime effort this negligent? Dun,
I mean,
dun,
it's hard
dun.
to say. It's hard to say that.
Well, what about eye death? What's eye death?
They like Shadow of a Doubt. I love to Singa, which looks like a cartoon from the 30s. Modern Romance and Strange Behavior. Here's a weird one. 1-star films include Jersey Girl, which okay, but then Muppet Treasure Island. That movie slaps. And then another 1-star film is Antichrist. And then another 1-star film is The Crying Game. And then another 1-star film is Inception. Not really sure where these 1-star films are coming from. If anything, I know you might not like some of those, but Muppets Treasure Island is a pretty good show. So I don't know what the problem is there. It's weird.
Alfred
Uh-oh.
Scott, 1.5 stars. Picked up the Criterion Collection version of this oldie.
Okay.
Criterion Collection is usually the
No.
best of the best. Yes, RJ, usually. But this
No.
one, not quite up to snuff. Alistair Sim as the goofy detective makes it worth viewing. Not much else, unless you happen to be alive in the place and time it's set. England near the end of World War II.
I can't believe that we're here for this person as they find out that the Criterion Collection is not good. Yeah, I
Front
kind
right-
of
front right.
really dig Alfred Scott because it's a picture. It's kind of like an old dude, and then there's a cat in the picture too, and then the cat is kind of like right beside the camera. It looks like the cat is taking the selfie. I kind of really dig that. This guy's picture is awesome. Everyone should go follow Alfred Scott. He's from Windsor, Ontario, and he only has 31 followers. I think this guy's wicked. He has one 5-star film, Blade Runner 2049. So
Oh fuck.
I think everybody should follow this guy. He's also got a list, actual DVDs I still own this day and age. It's kind of cool. Let's see. Let's look at some actual DVDs he owns. Oh, he owns the DVD of About Schmidt. He has the DVD for AI, artificial intelligence. He has the DVD of The Talented Mr. Ripley.
Man, this is like a regular.
This guy's
Sam
pretty cool.
Sanchez.
This guy's pretty cool. I like. Oh, there was notes on that list. Even I'm not gonna read those, but Alfred Scott from Windsor, Ontario. You're a cool dude. I like your vibe.
Dude. What about N Slater 90? On paper, I should be all over this. Fundamentally, it's the same ingredients as a giallo.
No,
with
it's
the
not.
look of a noir. And yet I just never could quite fully get into it. These kinds of films only really work if you were invested in the plot and need to know the answer. Come the end of this film, I really didn't care who the killer was, and I think when you reach that point, nothing can really salvage.
I don't
the
agree
film.
with this being a giallo at all. This person 1.5 starred Ready to Rumble. Fuck is their problem? Favorite films: Stand By Me, A Room with a View, The Tree of Life, and Rocco and His Brothers. 1.5 stars for Ready to Rumble? Get the fuck out of here. We watching the same movies?
How about at the very end? The very end here, we have Platypus Bear, 2 stars. Pretty boring. The ending is kind of
I
interesting.
don't like that they spelled platypus wrong. Apparently this person.
Well, it's platypus.
I see that. Did you see when they're? This person hasn't logged a film since September 2013. This is a 10-year-old account. It's got to be one of the originals.
Shit.
Like an original Letterboxd account.
I'm sure.
10 years in, and then they have it. Last movie they watched was Annie Hall, September 30th, 2013. And they said, Woody Allen is great. It is the only Allen movie I've seen.
And that was and
Nonetheless,
the last one
it was very interesting. I like this a lot. Woody Allen is great. It is the only Allen movie I've seen. Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Well, yeah.
Damn, there we go.
What are you gonna do?
Thanks.
Oh yeah, Craigbot's still here. Hey,
You're welcome.
Craigbot is online. Show me your wiener. That's what Craigbot does sometimes. Don't listen to him. Is my advice. Don't listen to Craigbot. Get you in a lot of trouble one day.
After the break, we get put under, and hopefully never come back.